while we're on the topic of files, like we got to shift over to Dr. Disrespect a little bit, because that's somewhere we can all agree, right? That hey, if this had happened in the UK, it'd be perfectly legal. So what's the big stink? Am I right?
It happened in California where it's illegal, and I didn't like him to begin with. So.
I said, if you biased.
Wait, do we know the age?
Dr. Disrespect could have gotten a fucking parking ticket, and Woody would have been like, "Yeah, piece of shit, hate him, worst guy."
Right. He double parks. I'm like, you wait long enough, and you see your enemy's bodies float down the river.
I had people in my chat telling me that you called this like years ago or something.
What's that?
I had people in my chat saying like, Woody called this like years ago. Like, I had no idea that you had a.
I hope that's true. I don't remember calling.
You did. Whenever the ban happened, you were the one who was wanting to be like, who knows? He could have killed somebody. He could have the baby, or
here's what I definitely did call. I know this. I said that because he was also. I was like, he did something over text. That's why Discord got rid of him too.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that wild? That's a whole nother level of like dirty talk we don't even know about, because the shit we know about is Twitch whispers or whatever. Or yeah.
Dude, Dr. Disrespect. I wonder if I've got like a weird.
I had no idea how big of a deal he was, because I don't follow Twitch I've never really watched streaming or anything. And it was only like a year ago that I like saw a tweet from him or something, and I was like, I remember this guy when he was making those silly Call of Duty videos when he had like, I remember when I had more subs than him. Yeah, I was like, man, this guy puts a lot more effort into his videos than I put into mine. This doesn't seem fair, and it's paid off. Like he gave him 1 million Twitter followers. He's huge. He's one of the biggest on Twitch, right?
Doc. So yeah, he is. I would say in terms of like just a general brand, he was second to Ninja in terms of like things that could go outside of the Twitch world where you're just live.
Now he's the biggest.
Yeah, so now he is the biggest on Twitch.
He's bigger than Shroud.
I think Shroud may have larger viewership numbers, but in terms of like what you can do with Shroud's brand versus what you can do with Doc's brand, and I hate this, all of these conversations with the word like brand and what you can do with XYZ are very subjective, but Doc is somebody you could put in a satirical talk show and it's natural. Like I love Shroud, fucking great guy, but like you can't use him in the same way that you can use Doc in almost everything. Like
right, if you make a Mountain Dew concert, or to say commercial with Shroud, a lot of
it's like, okay, but if Doc's like, you want to be the best, and he starts drooling on himself, like great, like that works. It makes sense.
2-time blockbuster champion.
Yeah, Doc is and always has been one of my favorite creatives. When Taylor, you mentioned that like you used to have more subs. When he had 300 subs, he messaged me on YouTube and was like, hey man, like I'm trying to get a machinima partnership, just trying to get some tips. So I started going back and forth with him. This is like, he didn't even make gameplay videos. It was like long 8-minute cinematic videos of him like talking about how he was better than everyone in his like apartment complex. And I was just like, this guy's ahead of the fucking curve. Leaves go to Activision to make maps for Call of Duty, and then comes out and he does the same shtick, but it was just like, now's the right time to do so.
Back in the day, and I guess I'm still holding on to it, I didn't like him. So I have a different experience. He used to shit on me all the time. He'd write these like super long Facebook posts about how much he hated everything I do. And it's like, why? Like I didn't do anything to him. I went for a job as community manager at Sledgehammer. And then I found out they had already hired Doc, and some of my subs were fussing at him. And I was like, guys, not his fault. He didn't do anything wrong. Like he didn't take the job from me. They had already hired him when I put out my I thought I could do a really good job and do community manager in a way that no one had done it before. Like I thought it'd be cool for both the game and for me and everything. But anyway, he got that job, and I don't know. He just shit on me all the time. I also didn't like that he shit on XJaws so much. XJaws was a 16-year-old kid, and he was doing like shticks about him and sort of making fun of XJaws. And I thought it was wrong for an adult to pick on a kid like that. So yeah. I don't know. That's still the lens I see him through.
Yeah, I
not like he's a better man now. You know, all know what I'm talking about. Like that's who he is.
I thought that video of his cameraman filming people in the bathroom was so funny.
So
That was
really
good
quickly,
content.
I was there when he came out of that bathroom, and I was on his stream. I mean, I didn't say anything. I was like, he's doing his thing, and then right after, I went into the bathroom because I had to take a piss, and then people are like, "Yo, oh, he was filming people and whatnot." It's like sloppy, but then again, Twitch is trigger happy.
When we first heard about that, I was like, it was probably a thing, like, I don't know, an accident or whatever. He went into 4 bathrooms and did that repeatedly. Like,
okay,
Hear me out. Even funnier.
Hear me out.
Okay.
All right, hear me out. I believe that intent matters. And I don't believe in any way, shape, or form he was like, I gotta walk in here and let's film me peeing and get close to people. His camera person who did really encroach on if I had seen the camera, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing, right? Intent matters. There was nothing malicious behind it. Does that change the fact that he broke California state law? No. Does it but
I would have shown him my cock and got their stream banned.
But not a single one of those people, to my knowledge, not a single one of those people that were in the affected clips did anything to pursue any legal action there. Now, I know that that's a tough ask, and that there's a whole lot of stuff behind that. But I think in general, most sane people recognize this as a severe lapse in judgment, which I know gets thrown around a lot, but it was, and in no way was like in a malicious. I kept seeing people be like, there was a minor in the bathroom. All right, well, fuck. He wasn't like, I got to go film me a child peeing. Like, he wasn't like, that was never the intent. It did happen. So there are ramifications if somebody does want to press charges, but much like if you get into an accident and you both are like, that sucks. Like, that's the way it goes. It doesn't mean you're not right or you're not wrong, but it's
completely
just like,
right. And I'm coming at this as a guy who doesn't like Dr. Disrespect. It was a lapse in judgment, but it wasn't an accident, right? Like, at first I thought it was like an accident almost. You don't have that accident 4 times, right? Instead, it was a lapse in judgment.
But
he wasn't trying to make either.
Right.
Like,
I like that distinction. It was not an accident, but it was a lapse in judgment. An accident is something that happens one time and you're like, oh, I know better. Lapse in judgment is like,
did you hear about the Twitch conspiracy of Dr.
Which
Disrespect?
One? No.
So
did I hear it?
Here's one of the conspiracies I read. And once again, this is not a fact, okay?
I love conspiracies. Go for it. I'll believe anything.
We should talk about Epstein later.
Taylor's got a thing for that.
Twitch has always been like, crucified for not banning like this, like their favorite streamers, and Alinity is one of many. And something like that was happening, and then Doc got banned, and people are saying that the reason he got banned was because Twitch set this all up with him, and he on purpose went into the bathroom, filmed this type of stuff. So Twitch was like, you see, we even banned one of our biggest guys for breaking the rules. No, don't take it.
It's the California state law that makes me not buy into it.
Yeah, that is one of those things. I think that the better conspiracy that I heard was people are like, oh, he totally did this so he would get banned from Twitch so he could switch to Mixer. And I was like, no, you guys are fucking like a bunch of kids.
That's a bad.
I love the internet.
Let's ruin our bargaining position
but
first.
I swear to God, like, some people are just out there just like drooling on themselves like, but what if he did it like this? What if he like, did you think maybe for a second that this multi-billion-dollar company was going to be like, probably not good for the brand?
Well, this was set up beforehand for him to go in there and get child. Listen to me now. You may think this is crazy. I was right about Epstein as well. He's going in there to get film of a child's. Because Twitch is trying to parlay themselves into, porn's already covered, but that's right around the corner. They're going to try to make themselves the most esteemed child establishment out there. Now, you can laugh all you want about my neck thickening salve and all of my products, but this is correct. That's what I think.
So, speaking of multi-billions.
Yeah.
What about how do you say his name? Epstein?
Jeffrey Epstein.
Epstein.
You said it differently both times, Tucker.
Yeah, he sort of rebranded. I noticed a few little details, like he instead of the Slick Daddy Club, I think he's now like the Champions Club or something like that. I don't know if Slick Dad. I think I'm reading into things a little bit, but like.
So
I think I know where you're going with this. I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, right. Like the Slick Daddy thing seems kind of like
I saw them do an announcement comeback video. It got to the Reddit front page, I think. And
maybe I guess what I'm saying is maybe a married man shouldn't refer to himself as Slick Daddy.
Yes, that's where I thought you might be going to.
You know,
with his infidelity background.
Yeah.
I'm not. You know, I won't throw any stones at the Doc. He is not Wings of Redemption.
He throws them at me, so suck a dick, Doc. I haven't.
The hate is real this evening.
Look,
there were years where he would throw stones at me, and I would look the other way.
He never forgave.
Yeah. If this somehow gets to Doc, he's gonna be like, Woody's an asshole. But yeah, I do remember talking tons of shit about him. So yeah, suck a dick, Doc.
Oh, I gotta say quite the opposite. I like his stuff, man.
Oh,
I like that he does
the opposite. You're right. Eat a pussy, Doc. See what I did there? You do.
That was cute. That was cute, man.
Yeah, that's what got you into this.
So
mess.
you're about bygones be bygones, right?
No, I remember. I remember. But I didn't start it. I got that going for me. Yeah, we don't know what happened on Discord, if anything.
Yeah, that's great.
No,
that's
I think
great.
the reporting from Slasher was that the Discord ban happened because people from Twitch had a relationship with Discord and then they shared the information. I think that's what Slasher's report said.
Okay.
We don't know what they said on Discord. Still is true.
Betty said some. He said dirty stuff on Discord too.
Right. I want to see the texting. That Twitch Whispers is the only medium in which he was trying to find women to bang.
Well,
guys got to use Signal.
I don't think
man.
we're ever true, but I don't think we're ever going to see those whispers. It was involved a minor, and there's it's the internet, you know, like you could type one sentence and people can figure out who you are and where you live, and so there's all kinds of reasons why we'd never see the whispers. But yeah, the whole thing, like the thing the next day when he put the message out, and then he edited out minor.
Ooh, yes,
and then put it back in was just like, this is so surreal. Like this,
dude. If you take minor out, you gotta stick with that decision. You can't drive that back into the message.
He was hoping that there wouldn't be a notation anymore. You know, it was becoming a secondary story that a minor. Well, I mean, she was, but probably doesn't sound good. You just know he wrote that out, and somebody came over his shoulder and was like, "Oh, minor." Let's find a colorful way. Are any euphemisms coming to mind? Let's work around. And then he saw that it says, "Oh, you've edited this. Remove the word minor." Like, shit! I told you. My honesty first, honey. And
he was
spoke to a time insufficient person.
He was doing damage control, most likely with like trembly fingers and butterflies in his belly.
Oh, that's
just like, how can I fucking minimize this? And he types out this tweet trying to admit to like 10% of the shit he did. And then it's like, oh, that was still too much. I guess inappropriate sexting with children is not cool. So he removed the minor part and then is like, oh, now I'm busted. I should have Googled to see what this would be, and this guy is just so fucked. It's not good to fuck children.
The most bizarre thing from all of that.
Bold stance. I know.
It was the juxtaposition when he got the text. Well, we assume it was a text from the gaming studio or whatever when he was playing Elden Ring. Like the moment when he looks down at his phone.
Oh my God, yes.
And the Elden Ring music in the background, which is somber and then he gets on his what's the horse called in Elden Ring again? I can't remember, but he gets on his horse and then he's literally just no, that was he gets on his horse and he starts running in circles aimlessly. I thought that was such a fascinating look into the psychology of somebody who's having like a horrible moment, like live.
The world is collapsing.
Yes. Yes, that was crazy. I know exactly what you're talking about. I didn't see the part where he was going in circles, but I did see like the moment he starts reading it, and you can see he's like, it almost seems like he's playing it up. He's twitching. He starts twitching. His mustache starts twitching around, and he's just like, he's got those mirrored glasses. Thank God. Like it must be great to hide behind those all the time, and just especially in a moment like that. But Jesus.
I know his wife stuck with him through the cheating. I wonder if she knew about the intended pedophile motives. Like, did she also forgive that?
That word, Woody.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I making Dr. Disrespect look bad?
Do you think it was a girl or a little boy?
We think it was both. My vote is both.
The trans. What's the worst thing it could be? Oh, there was a trans.
Kyle's opinion is that he is technically a Bebophile or whatever, and thus it's okay.
A Hebophile. Get it right.
A Hebophile, someone who loves Jews.
Nuance there. I think there's nuance there,
me.
but that's never an argument that's going to be compelling to people on the internet. Like nobody cares about that, the distinction. You know what I mean? So